Hello world, as I speak on the eve of the World Tourism Day 2023, and the theme for the World Tourism Day this year is Tourism and Green Investment. The theme for this year, World Tourism Day, Tourism and Green Investment, is possibly have far-reaching impact because it is very imperative for us to understand the world is grappling with environmental challenges and the tourism needs a lot of investments. And that's the reason the United Nations World Tourism Organization, the UNWTO, have decided on the central theme of tourism and green investment for the World Tourism Day 2023. Let us understand what is meant by the green investments and how, as a community all over the world, we can all contribute and work towards to make this happen in the next years to come. When we talk about investments, especially green investment, cost, I think, is very important. We as an industry, tourism, hospitality, travel, aviation and allied industry, we need to come together and reduce the cost so that we reduce the waste. It's, for example, we do a lot of sustainable practices. We reduce the cost of the energy. We reduce the cost of the lighting, of the heating, of the cooling, of waste management strategies. We need to implement a lot of waste management strategies so that the energy can be efficiently be used. In this way, we can reduce the cost, and reduction of the cost means that it is directly have a positive impact on the investment. I think as a community, it's our great responsibility today to work together towards tourism and green investment and work towards the cost efficiency as one of the major factor in order to achieve this goal. One of the second important element of the green investment is the eco-friendly infrastructure. Sustainability is heavily dependent upon the eco-friendliness. We again as a community need to work together to build our buildings which are eco-friendly, which are LED certified, where the insulation and the energy can be protected and reduced. We need to make building which can also withstand the natural calamities. We need to build buildings which can be not only eco-friendly only, but also will help us to save cost. Green investment is related to the cost, and by building the eco-friendly structures and infrastructure, we will reduce the cost and also we will add on to the positive impact of the green investment. It's extremely important today anywhere in the world to build our hotels, our restaurants, our infrastructure, our airports in a way that it is done in the eco-friendly manner completely. I think that today's architect and the engineers are absolutely incredible in this aspect, and we can see a lot of this kind of building already in all over the world and in India as well. So eco-friendly infrastructure is a positive impacting factor for the green investment and tourism. Waste reduction, very important in the industry. Waste is one of our biggest enemy. Waste needs to be reduced substantially, whether it's inside the hotels or whether it's in a restaurant or cafes or in any sector of the hospitality industry. Waste reduction and waste management is extremely important towards contributing to green investment. We need to recycle, we need to reuse, and we need to upcycle. anything that we can upcycle and then use it in a refined manner is something that positively impact the green investment. I think this is one of the most important elements of the tourism and green investment, and we all should come forward and work towards the waste management. One of the elements of the green investment is the eco-friendly mobility. The transportation, I think it is very, very important factor in getting the brownie points for the green investments. Whether we use the public transportation mode, whether we use the bicycles, or even better we walk whenever we go as a tourist. We use the green vehicle, the electric vehicle. We put on more charging stations all over the planet so that more people can use the EVs, or we use the sustainable transportation systems. In India, we have got hand-pull rickshaws which can be used. We have got low mileage vehicles which can be used, and this can be fun as well. And these are the many strategies which can positively impact the green investment factor in the tourism. So eco-friendly mobility, I think, is a very important element of the green investment, and all of us throughout the world should embrace the eco-friendly mobility. Local sourcing, one of my favorite sustainable measure and one of the major green investment measure. I think local sourcing, local community support are very important. We all should try to buy local goods. We all should try to support a local community and try to import less. I think bring the green investment in a very positive way, and this is also going to decrease the carbon footprints of the guests because they are supporting the local community. The local community are able to earn money, the investments are generated, green investments are positively impacted, and I think this is one of the most important part about supporting the initiative of the green investment in the tourism, and I personally believe that we all should be a part of this. I think global, act local, buy local, and support the local community. That should be the mantra for green investment in this particular area. To make the green investment a reality in tourism sector, I think education plays a very vital role. When we talk about education, it can be educating your guests about how to use the facilities, how to be a very eco-friendly and environment-friendly tourist. And of course, we also talk about educating the students of the hospitality, of the aviation, of the travel trade, about how they are going to change the ecosystem by imparting a lot of green investment strategies. I think academic institutions have a very vital role to play in this. We at IIHM campuses in India and also in the IIHS campuses work very hard and innovate to make sure that all our students are given a lot of inputs and a lot of education about sustainability and about green investment, so that when they become graduates and professionals and business leaders in this travel and hospitality world, they come and also educate the team members, their other associates, and of course the guest. I think education is the vital point in getting the green investment off the ground, and I think both the guests and the education institute students have to be very thoroughly educated and informed about the prognosis of this green investment. Certifications and recognitions are also very important in telling everyone that they should all get the proper certification, like LED building, like green key. All this certification makes the associate and the guest conscious about the building and about the keenness of the management of this industry to promote the green investment. Even the guest in a lot of time selects a particular hotel because it's in a LED platinum recognized building or it's a green key building. Similarly, the employees and the associates also get conscious about the environmental issues and about green investment, and they also come and act in the way that positively impact the green investment. I think the marketing is also very important. All the hotels, the aviation companies, the travel companies who are certified, who are recognized, and who gets international awards must put it in a very big way in the marketing of these awards and recognition. The more the people knows about it, others also work harder so that they are also recognized. They are also in line to get the awards. And it creates an ecosystem of strong competition, but everybody strives hard to apply the segmentations of the green investment. And this, as an industry, works very well. So I think it's very important that people should talk about their achievement and make it a part of the marketing scheme. We need to be very dynamic. We need to be in a world that not only embraces the realms of the sustainability and of green investment, but we need continuous innovation, continuous improvement, continuously improve so that we can go to the next league. It's very important to understand it is a continuous process, and as an industry, we need to continuously carry on doing it and doing it more, doing it better, and doing it in a large scale. So continuous improvement and making sustainability even a larger scale is very important. I think tourism and green investment is something which is a continuous process. And this, along with the environmentally and eco-friendly strategies, will make the world a better place, a greener place. The industry will be much, much better, refined, and also this will enhance the guest experience. This will lead to cost savings and cost reduction. This will lead to very proper waste management, again positively impacting the green investment. And also we need investment in terms of fund from different agencies of the world to make tourism a very, very top priority in the world in terms of creating an sustainable future for the guest, for the visitor and the visitee, because the world becomes a place for humanity only through tourism. Tourism is a very human nature, and tourism brings the humanity, and tourism is something we all live for and love for. If the world is to become a sustainable planet, then we need to encourage the tourism practices in sustainability, and green investment is a right direction in making the tourism the most sustainable industry in the world. So we all should work together, the world should come together, the fraternity should come together, and to make sure that by enhancing the green investment initiatives of all of us in small ways and big ways, we should make the world a greener and a better place to live in. Let's also speak about what the government can do about the green investment. The most important thing, I think, to develop an incentive for the investment. There are a lot of investment coming from all over the world. There should be enough incentive. Skill development and education, I think, very important, right in the academic institution to educating your own guests are vital. Stable economic environment is one of the cornerstones for achieving the green investment initiative and the results. And of course, we need to understand the streamlining of regulation. Regulations are very important, but again the regulation should be flexible. Regulation should be in a way that actually helps and supports the green investments. Last but not the least is the infrastructure development. Government must come in, pitch in a very big way to make sure that the infrastructure is developed, whether it's about the airports, about the new roads, the railway connectivity, all this infrastructure development which are generally done by the government have to be done in a very proactive way to make sure that a green investment initiative actually sees these results, the fruits in a few years from now. By implementing these strategies, the government actually can encourage the international and domestic investments in a big way and make sure that the government can also earn a lot of money by tourism, because tourism is one of the biggest money spinner for the government, and I think by implementing these points, the government will support the sustainability, will support the tourism sector, and at the same time the green investment will prosper. I think this is something that all the governments in the world should come and act immediately. Let us list the benefits of the green investment. There are many benefits, but let's focus on the major ones. I think economic benefit is very important. The green investment brings a lot of economic benefit to the countries. The environmental and the social benefits brings the country in the top priority countries we visited. The resilience to climate change, as we all see, the climate changes are playing havoc. I think this is a very important point, is resilience to climate change. More it becomes sustainable, more it becomes tourism friendly, and more consumer demand will arise, which will again lead to the economic advantage for the country. Public-private partnership is in the core of doing business these days. And I think the advantage of the green investment is to create more public-private partnership so that the country's tourism infrastructure and the tourism opportunities can grow bigger and bigger. Education and training is the key factor, because in any country to develop sustainability and also positively impact green investment, you need education, you need skill development, you need to educate the students, you need to educate the guests. I think education and skill development is very, very important. Global trends, another very important straight conclusion of the green investment strategy, because globally we can work together. What is trending in India can trend in US tomorrow and vice versa. We all should practice the best practices, and we all should adopt the best practices all over the planet to make the planet a better place, a greener place, one world and one global trend. I think the green investment triggers the regulatory and market incentives in a big way, and regulatory and market incentive again bring the GDP into the positive side. It makes the country richer. It makes the people to work within the regulation so that the world becomes a better place to live in. Green investment is all about investment. It's about investment by the private sector, by the government sector, together by the funding agencies like World Bank, and this is a huge opportunity for the tourism industry internationally to become the investment melt pot. Huge investment opportunities can result from green investment, and that I think is one of the biggest takeaway from the green investment initiative of the UNWTO. Risk mitigation again is a straightforward fallout, because risk is very important. By following the green investment strategy and sustainable policies, we can mitigate the risk in a very, very big way. So risk mitigation is also very important I think last but not a least is the engagement and collaboration, engaging everyone. We all know SDG 17 is all about partnership, it's all about collaboration, it's all about working together, engaging the different stakeholders all over the world to come together and celebrate the advantages of the green investment. So tourism and green investment is something that can bring all people of the stakeholders, all people of the world together. We should also understand what are the major financial investment mechanisms to make the green investment a reality. I think we can look at venture capital. Venture capitalists are all over the world investing in the sustainable projects. We can look at angel investors. I know personally so many of angel investors throughout the world whose prime motive is to invest in sustainable and eco-friendly projects, especially in travel, tourism, hospitality sector. We can talk about seed funding by many government and non-governmental bodies. They are coming in big way with the seed funding initiatives. We can talk about the crowdfunding, which is now the social media is now pushing the crowdfunding in a big way. And of course, we can talk about PE, the private equity. Private equity players are big, and so many of the hotels, hospitality organizations, and even airlines are now in fact funded by the private equities. So these are the major investment mechanisms, but there are many more, but these are the ones that actually directly helps the investment in the green investment initiatives.